Chef Shaun Desaulniers, and we're here at Chefbar Test Kitchen being filmed at Canvas Bistro. Today we're working on a few of our new items for our breakfast and brunch menu. Myself, when I go out for breakfast, I'm not a traditional breakfast type of person. I love to see things that are a little bit unique. I don't like just plain old bacon and eggs, even though they do have their place in the kitchen. So today what we're going to do is we're going to do one of my favorite dishes, which incorporates mushrooms, eggs, and toast. Something a little bit different than normal, something with a little finesse. So what we have is we have a lovely brioche loaf. So buttery, so light on the plate. It's going to be lightly toasted, something perfect to dip into creamy mushrooms. We've got an assortment of mushrooms. We've got some truffles, we got some black trumpets, we got some yellowfoot, we have some king oyster, we have some hedgehog mushrooms. We're going to take them all today, we're going to take them apart, we're going to saute them with a little bit of cream, a little bit of white wine, poached eggs on top, and it's going to be beautiful, beautiful for us to eat today. So let's get things started. So we want to start with a little bit of shallot, a little bit of onion to get things started in the frying pan. Adds a nice layer of flavor to the mushrooms. Key to this dish, mushrooms lose a lot of moisture when they're cooking. Keep your pans hot. We want to see things sizzling, we want to hear the noise, we want to make sure that everything is cooking nicely. In go our shallots. We're going to get a nice brown on them. While we're doing that, we have some honchamichi mushrooms. Beautiful little guys. And never be shy on the butter. Butter is always beautiful. Mushrooms you can cut, you can tear them apart, you can dice them, you can puree them. There's so many different things you can do. These mushrooms, they're all lovely and tender. I'm just going to pull them apart and get them into the pan. Oh, they're smelling so good right now. While we're doing our mushrooms, we want to poach our eggs. When I do poached eggs, a lot of times what I don't like about the eggs is I don't like really loosey, sloppy eggs. What that is a lot of time the whites can be really loose around the outside of it. So one of my little tricks I put into it is I always use a little bit of a strainer. So when you take it through a strainer, you can run that little extra bit of white egg off the outside of it, which will keep your eggs nice and tight in a poach. When I poach my eggs, lightly salted water, touch bit of vinegar, and a very, very loose boil. I put it in at a loose boil and let it drop. It doesn't really need to be boiling to poach the eggs. These ones are going to be nice, little, tight eggs as they go. When you first put your eggs in, make sure they don't stick to the bottom of the pan. Give them a little bit of a move around. After that, the eggs just protect themselves. Now our mushrooms are going nice. I can really start to smell them cooking away. As you can see them, they're so delicate in flavor, so delicate in texture. We always add a little bit of salt and pepper. They love seasoning. Myself, I like white wine with my mushrooms. I love a little bit of lemon. Acidity will always heighten the flavors. A little bit of fresh lemon zest over the top. Oh, the lemon smells so good. A little bit of white wine. It picks up the flavors off the bottom of the pan, and once again, really loving the mushroom. I use a little bit of heavy cream. You're going to want to add that over and let it go until it's dry. Now with our eggs, as you can see, a very, very light boil, but they're coming into perfect little poached eggs. Depending on how you like your eggs, in a dish like this, I love the creaminess of the yolk. I'm going to have them at a very soft poach going over the top. Into our mushrooms, a natural complementary flavor is some fresh basil. Just a quick chiffonade, and right at the end, a delicate herb like basil doesn't want to be cooked for a long period of time. It really just likes to have a little bit of finish at the end, and it'll give it that little hint of flavor that We're not really sure. Mushrooms are almost done cooking. What would the mushrooms be without toast? A lovely, lovely piece of brioche. So buttery in flavor. Light little butter over it to give it a little bit of toasting. Into the pan. And our dish is almost done. Presentation is everything in food. We always eat with our eyes first, so we want to make sure that we pick a nice presentation to work with. Lovely mushrooms. A couple beautiful poached eggs. I myself can't get enough of the mushrooms in this dish. A little bit of truffle oil, a little bit cracked pepper. And what would mushrooms be without a little fresh truffle? Our lovely toasted brioche. And I don't know about you, but this is what I want to eat today for breakfast.